We're at the library here doing curbside, and today I want to. Hey everybody, Juniata County Library. We are doing curbside right now. Stop in and drive up and get some books. Just wanted to give you an update. Since we are now green as a county, we're still just doing curbside. We're trying to be very cautious. Go on our website. You can get materials, request them. We'll bring them out to you at your car. All contactless, but we're just being careful. So for the foreseeable future, everything will be virtual. Programming, story times. Check out our page on here. We'll have everything. And check out our website for updates. So today I wanted to give a review on a set of books, and basically it's what is, I believe, to be the greatest set of presidential biographies that you might not have ever heard about. So this starts with this book, Robert Caro, and he basically calls them, the series is The Years of Lyndon Johnson. And the first book, The Path of Power. I read this book a couple years ago, and it's not a light book. These are really in-depth, heavy books. The first 40 or 50 pages of that first book is just talking about the geography of the Texas Hill Country, the rocks and the land, and basically giving you an idea of what the landscape was like for Lyndon Johnson growing up, because he was born there. He didn't have running water or heat during that time. Each day when he would make breakfast or cook food, they have to prepare it, with firewood. The author, to try to get a perspective of what the living there was like, the author went down, Robert Caro, and took a sleeping bag and would sleep at night out in the hill country, just to get an idea of it. So, back to this one, that I'm talking about. It talks a lot about him growing up, and then him going into college to become a teacher. And each step of the way in his life, he was trying to obtain power. When he was in college, he always clung to the people who were empowered, learning from them, and became a head of the student body there in college. Then the next book, The Means of Ascent, goes into him becoming a congressman. So this is long before he's vice president and president. And he actually comes really close to becoming elected as a senator. But it's found that there was some tampering in the vote counting in Texas, and he was told at that time by Harry Truman, who was a head of the Democratic Party, that once the votes are in, basically sit on top of the box of votes so that the numbers, and everything can't be tampered with. So he lost his first run at Senate, but he eventually did win. And many people believe that his win was actually illegitimate because the votes were tampered with. So anyway, he makes it in, and it goes into this book that actually won the Pulitzer Prize and clocks in at over 1,100 pages. I read this book in a month, and I was reading it nonstop. It was just incredible. He became a senator, a U.S. senator, and then the head of the Senate, and just the power he was able to obtain. And it's not just the position that he had. He was able to just bend people to his will. And then the last book that came out about 6 or 7 years ago is The Passage of Power. And it talks about basically the passage of power from JFK being killed to LBJ becoming president. Now, there's supposed to be one more book in this series that basically goes over the Vietnam War and LBJ's undoing, and how he did not seek re-election. I saw Robert Caro in person several years ago at the Free Library of Philadelphia. I saw him speak, and reading his books and the amount of detail that he gives, it made reading other books really difficult because I expected there to be so much detail and everything in a story, and many other stories don't get to that level of detail. Robert Caro also wrote The Power Broker, which is about Robert Moses, and that also won the Pulitzer Prize. That book is a really long book, but a great book to read. So, if you're looking for a great presidential biography, check out the LBJ Stories, The Years of Lyndon Johnson by Robert Caro. And we have all of the books here at the library. It'll be a lot of reading for you, but it's well worth it, and really is the epitome of a great biography. Robert Caro once said that for anyone to still read nonfiction, it has to read like fiction, with a great narrative, and these books do just that. So check them out, and come and check us out. Out front of the library, we have a cart with our new books and movies, so you can get an idea of what we have. We also have a list of all of our new titles, so even though you can't come in and browse, you can take the list and take a look and see what we have. You can request up to 50 items, and we'll get them and put them aside for you. And just please stay safe, and thank you for watching.